The Earth was formed about 4.5 billion years ago. That's a very long time ago. It's hard to say exactly what the Earth's daily weather was like in any particular place on any particular day thousands or millions of years ago. But we know a lot about what the Earth's climate was like way back then because of clues that remain in rocks, ice, trees, corals, and fossils. These clues tells us that the Earth's climate has changed many times before. There have been times when most of the planet was covered in ice, and there have also been much warmer periods, over at least the last 650,000 years. The warming of global climate is now unequivocal. There are many observations of increasing air and ocean temperatures, widespread melting of snow and ice, and rising sea levels. More specifically, 11 of the last 12 years rank among the 12 warmest years ever recorded since global surface temperatures are measured over the last 100 years. Global temperature has increased by 0.74 degrees Celsius. Global sea level has risen by 17 centimeters during the 20th century, in part because of the melting of snow and ice from many mountains and in the polar regions. More regional changes have also been observed, including changes in Arctic temperatures and ice, ocean salinity, wind patterns, droughts, precipitations, frequency of heat waves, and intensity of tropical cyclones.
What is climate change? Climate change is a significant long-term change in the expected patterns of average weather of a region or the whole Earth over a significant period of time. Climate change is about abnormal variations to the climate and the effect of these variations in other parts of the Earth.
According to dictionary.com, climate change is defined as a change in global or regional climate patterns. In particular, a change apparent from the mid to late 20th century onwards and attributed largely to the increased levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide produced by the use of fossil fuels. This may seem like a lot, but to break it down, climate change is a problem in our world that has been caused by too much of certain gases. The main cause of climate change is the greenhouse effect. Gases in the atmosphere such as water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and chlorofluorocarbons let the sun's light into our atmosphere. However, these gases keep most of the sunlight from escaping our atmosphere. The more greenhouse gases in our atmosphere, the more heat gets trapped, and the greenhouse effect becomes stronger, and that increases Earth's temperature. This is called the greenhouse effect because it is like Earth is trapped inside a greenhouse. 97 of 100 climate experts think that humans are causing climate change. Human activities like the burning of fossil fuels or pollution have increased the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere by more than a third since the Industrial Revolution. These greenhouse gases are produced through burning fossil fuels for electricity. The quick increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere has warmed the planet too fast. The amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere hasn't reached today's level in hundreds of thousands of years. The main effects of climate change are global temperature rise, warming oceans, shrinking ice sheets, glacial retreat, decreased snow cover, sea level rise, declining Arctic sea rise, extreme events, and ocean acidification. Ice sheets are melting. The extra water from the melting ice sheets has caused sea levels to rise and flood towns close to the water. Warmer temperatures also make the weather more extreme. This means that there are and will be more intense major storms, floods, and heavy snowfall. Growing crops such as coffee beans, cocoa beans, and corn are harder, and soon, if we don't stop climate change, there may never be chocolate or coffee. Cocoa beans and coffee beans need to grow in a certain climate, but because of climate change, in the future it will be impossible to grow them. Climate change can also impact human health. Pollution can lead to bad allergies. People are more likely to get sick with diseases like malaria with more humidity and heat. Between 2030 and 2050, climate change is expected to cause about 250,000 deaths due to diseases, lack of food, and heat stress. While the drastic rate of climate change has been caused by humans, humans can also work to fix it. Only 7% of nearly 600 cities worldwide get an A grade in preparing for climate change. But as humans have created this problem, it is our job to fix climate change. We might still be able to prevent some of the worst effects of climate change. So, what can you do? You can pay attention to the things you recycle and throw away, making sure that you recycle the right things. Things that you can recycle include clean plastic, paper, cardboard, metal, and glass. You can also help by using better alternatives of transportation. If you drive, bus, or fly places very frequently, consider walking, riding a bike, carpooling, or switch to an electric or hybrid car. You can also turn off lights in your house whenever you're not using them to save energy. Lastly, tell your friends and family about what they can do too. If people start seeing you do these things, they might catch on and start helping the planet too. Whether it's something as small as paying attention to the things you recycle, or something as big as replacing non-renewable energy with solar energy or wind energy, you can make a difference. We can make a difference. Together.
Causes of climate change.
Humans are increasingly influencing the climate and the Earth's temperature by burning fossil fuels, cutting down rainforests, and farming livestock. This adds enormous amounts of greenhouse gases to those naturally occurring in the atmosphere, increasing the green.
How can climate change affect the natural disasters?
Our planet is slowly dying. Our people are slowly fading. The rich tell us that it's a lie, but science proves us that it's happening. There's no denying climate change is real. The weather patterns are more extreme. The sea levels are rising fast, but yet the change is slow. I want to try to inspire another human to push for a change, to push forward. We can make it happen now. We are the people. We need to come together. We need to stop dividing each other and focus on our home. Change happens when we come together. We have the power. We have the power. We need to raise our voice every time that we come together for a change. We made it happen. We must not waste another day without at least trying to give our next generation a better chance. We must decide to make this planet a better place to grow and to raise our children. Now, what do you decide? Do you decide to take our future, the next generation future, in your hands? Or do you leave it in the hands of our current unproductive leaders? We need to act now. There's only one race on earth. Humans. This is us. Thank you so much.